Welcome and thanks for checking out my cozy holiday speed build. I was looking at some crafting blogs to find ways to make Christmas ornaments, and they all looked so cute that it made me want to make my own crafty Christmas cottage. So we're going to build one in the vacation subhood of 3 Lakes. I thought that seemed fitting. This is the lot we're going to build on. It's medium sized. I added some pine trees. And we're done. Just kidding. So I'm laying down the foundation. I looked up some images of like Swedish cottages in the woods and got some inspiration, but this is by no means meant to be accurate to what a cottage might actually look like. And I think I'm gonna keep the layout pretty simple on the outside. I'm more excited about decorating the inside. I downloaded holiday themed custom content for an embarrassingly long amount of time, and so I'm excited to decorate the inside of the house. And whoops, maybe here kind of a bump out like a workshop or something, and the rest of it will be a square. I learned how to do a barn style roof recently. I've been trying to learn more about how to actually roof properly in The Sims instead of just being like, why do my houses look so bad? But I'll put a simple little gable there. And I need to change this because for the barn style you need to have enough room on both sides to put 2 half gabled walls like this, and then change the slope so that it's flush with the top of the wall. And then on the top here, we will put another long gabled roof, and then we're gonna change the slope to try to make it match up. Oops, I forgot to add a dormer. That's what I'm doing now. So maybe like that. No, that looks so weird. All right, now comes the time in every build when I'm like, you know what, Mr. Roof, I will change the entire layout of this house to appease you. Maybe metal? I have this nice bright red siding. Maybe let's go really bright and cheerful. And I'm gonna put some trim, which I normally don't do because I'm kind of lazy, but I always see amazing builds and it's because people take the time to add those little details, so I'm gonna add them. Maybe a green roof? Let's go all out Christmassy right now, and we can change it later if we want to. Against my better judgment, I'm going to add this column back in, even though I know that every sim that ever approaches this house is gonna choose to walk right there and be like, what the heck is this? So I'm kind of envisioning the person who lives in this house like a grandma, cozy grandma cottage, but maybe she's young and sort of hip, artsy, like the kind of grandma who's on Instagram. And maybe she has like a crafting blog or Instagram, like all the blogs that I was looking at to get inspiration for this house. And I think she should have a cute grandchild who comes to visit her too, so we'll have a room for her and a room for her grandchild. Just doing a bit of terrain painting. I like to put dirt on the perimeter of the house because it just feels more realistic to me than having bright grass coming out from under the house. Terrain painting is very difficult, so I'm trying to get better at it. I do think it's fun to kind of raise the terrain like this and then use cliff terrain paints to kind of make exposed rock coming out of the ground. I don't know if it looks good, but we're trying our best. We're being brave. We're trying new things. And then I'm going to put 2 apple trees because the house looks like an apple. I love making gardens in The Sims, but I'm gonna keep it really simple out here. Now we can move on to the inside of the house. This can be the entrance hallway. I saw a really cute photo for inspiration where the fireplace was like this and separated the kitchen from the front hallway. So I'm gonna do that. And I'm thinking kind of like a light wood and white sort of IKEA vibe, kind of Scandinavian. Maybe this fireplace instead. It's beautiful. Well, we'll see if it works. So here's the kitchen, and I don't want it to be too big, so I'm going to make that a bathroom. I'm using the Shakerlicious kitchen set by Buggy Boos. It's probably my favorite kitchen set ever. It's super adorable. And yep, the windows already don't work, so gotta move them. My Sims confession is I never use cabinets. I have like no idea how to make them look good, but I'm gonna try my best here. I don't want too many. Like that. And I'm gonna make the tops of them white so that they'll draw the eye upwards. Add a dishwasher. And I'm using a lot of items converted from Sims 4, and I really appreciate that so many people are active in Sims 2 converting stuff, so I can have all the cute items from Sims 4 in my game. We'll do another bathroom here. And this can be a bedroom down here. Oh darn, it clips through the floor. So up here will be the lofted bedroom for her grandchild. We'll put some fencing here so that it's open and looks down into the living room. Oh, but the problem with the barn style roof is it's hard to add windows. It looks like a face. And add some more windows down here. And I always try to put in the bed early because the amount of times that I make a build and then go, whoops, the bed doesn't fit in the bedroom is way more than I would like to admit. Right here, I'm gonna put in the backless shower, so it needs a little space for it. Here's a Christmas tree in the best spot for it, right next to the fireplace. Just kidding, please don't do that if you actually light fires in there. I hate how the stairs are right in the middle of the room, so I think right here I'm gonna make a little breakfast nook. I think that'll look cute. This is a rug converted from Sims 4 by, I believe, Cozy Pixels, who has a great Sims channel on YouTube. So thank you to her for converting a lot of the cute items that I'm going to use in my build today. I want some bright wallpaper in the breakfast nook. I am a Sims wallpaper addict. And I like the idea of Granny having thrifted a lot of pieces throughout her life. You know, she's an artsy gal, so her two lamps next to her bed aren't gonna match, but maybe they're just two of her favorite lamps that she's found throughout her life. And then just a white bedspread because we have to use the Jonesy bed blanket. You know, it's a classic, and I downloaded a lot of really cute quilt recolors. So I think I like that one. That one's good. Here's another rug that I think Cozy Pixels converted. Over here I'll put a desk. In her art studio she has a sewing machine and a ceramics table and 2 exposed light bulbs, because that's the kind of lights you know you're gonna have in your little workshop. And this, I guess, it feels like a waste of space, so I'll make it a guest room, maybe for when her publicist comes to help her out with her wildly successful crafting Instagram. Or maybe she plays favorites, and this is for her other grandchild. Just kidding. She would never do that. I made the entrance really big, so the only solution is to just absolutely fill it with clutter. We got some tools, I'll put a big shelf here. You know there's gotta be a box that was never unpacked and no one knows what's in it. Here's a cute Christmas ladder and some ice skates, and I love this wrapping paper in a box. Oh cute, the Sims 1 goths. I never noticed that before. I love just filling a space with a million items and making my computer explode. It's so much fun to go hunting for Sims custom content. I feel like if you like downloading it, I'm sure you know how it is to go to the computer and say, I'm gonna play Sims, and then you end up downloading stuff the entire night. That's what I did. I was actually supposed to build this house last night, but I got distracted downloading all of this decor that I'm about to dump just everywhere because it's the only way to find it. Oh my god, I was looking for this horse forever. Speaking of not being able to find things. So yeah, kind of a mess, but it'll look good in the end. I love these adorable little houses. So I put one on an OMSP so that I can put it exactly where I want it on the fireplace. These little cone Santas are super, super cute as well. And you know, for good measure, let's add another Christmas tree. It's The Sims. We have as much money as we want. And right here, I'm gonna put a bookshelf and a reading lamp. In the kitchen, here's a butcher's block. I kind of am imagining that in the kitchen, they're baking up a lot of Christmas cookies and apple cider. So here's this really cute Christmas cookie set with dough and some of them on trays. They have a gingerbread house in the corner of the kitchen. And I'm using OMSPs to put things on the stove. They're having an apple cider party in the dining room, so we need some evidence of the apple cider in the kitchen. So there's apples in the sink. I love this teapot. It reminds me of something the mom would send you in Animal Crossing. And there's some Christmas cards on a wooden Christmas tree. You know, I gotta have my Simlish PG Tips tea. It's my favorite tea. I'm drinking it right now. Maybe a brighter wall would be better. Is it too red? It might be too overly Christmassy. For good measure, let's add an apple that fell on the floor while they were cutting them. It's a crazy kitchen, you know, baking, it's a lot of work around the holidays. And yeah, it's too red. I think ooh, yeah, mint green. That's one of my favorite colors. And then I'm gonna change the countertops to be white, because that will go better. Let's do some art on the fridge, just a little nice touch. I always turn the lights off before I add lights. Do you guys do that too? It just drives me crazy how they aren't on when you add them, so I always go to nighttime. Here we are in the dining room. They're having a little apple cider hot cocoa party. Someone is stringing popcorn on a piece of twine, like an old-timey Christmas popcorn garland. I want to add, oh yeah, I totally forgot that I downloaded these. I'm glad I found them so I can put them on the front of the house. Always be innovating. Just use move objects and try to put things where they don't go. I think here I'll put a little triptych of these pictures. I have these vintage illustrations of like food advertisements that I think would look cute for a breakfast nook. And I hung up these snowflake garlands and some Christmas lights. I lost a little footage here, so I changed the wallpaper, added some plants, and I'm just putting in a rug now. That's a little too bright, but I like that one. And here I'm gonna put in a nectar bar for entertaining. And a nice holiday tablecloth to protect the table from all that apple cider and hot cocoa. Here in Granny's workshop, next to her sewing machine, she has some vintage fashion illustrations to help give her inspiration. Let's change this to be red, more Christmassy. Here's a bulletin board so she can keep track of different events, and maybe an inspirational quote to help motivate her. Over here is just some typical clutter in the shed. And I like the idea of her hiding Christmas presents out here. I think hiding Christmas presents in the shed is a pretty typical thing people do. And then some tax documents. I like never use curtains, so I never download them. But I like these ones. Maybe I have a recolor that would work well. I like that one. Now we're in her room, just adding a little plant and a painting. Maybe that. Oh yeah, I wanted to put this paint set up, so maybe she paints over here by her desk because she can't fit it in her other studio. These wooden Christmas trees are really cute, so let's put those on the dresser. And for good measure, we'll add another painting. You can never have too many paintings. You know, she's a granny. She gets aches and pains sometimes, so I'm gonna put a hot water bottle for her on the bed, and you know, when she's laying in bed, she deserves tea and a yummy cookie. So we'll have a little tea tray there as well. Over here is her painting corner. I got these cute holiday embroidery hoops, and I just want to find the December recolor of this calendar to be accurate. Here's her easel, but we should put down a rug to protect the floor. And here's a cute wooden Christmas tree. I didn't think about it beforehand, but I do think she should have at least one pet, so I put a couple pet beds. Now let's trim the tree with these ornaments. Here we are in the grandson's room. He has a little advent calendar on the wall. Kids' rooms are a lot of fun because you can kind of go crazy. You don't have to worry about being too over the top. I think that chair is super cute. I think it's converted from Sims 4. And then this cardboard Christmas tree, which I can't decide what color I want. There's so many recolors. I guess green. And a bear comforter. Maybe it's bear themed. Bear chair, bear comforter. And I'm gonna change it to brown. Let's do a rug. I don't want it to be too wild. I think I want to do a more intense pattern on the curtains. Like this, that's cute, like the rugs that kids drive cars on. And it might work better with the stripes. He can have a little mini Christmas tree next to his bed. And I think the green looks nice with the curtains. I love this star lamp. It's still a bit Yule-tidey, but it's also just cool. It's a neon lamp. What kid wouldn't want a neon lamp in their room? I think that these boards are perfect. They match perfectly. And over here we'll just have a coat rack, a basketball, and the little monkey face backpack, my favorite. No, I want to put a fidget spinner, but it won't let me put it on the dresser. On the front porch, there's a swing and a sled. Trimming the tree with some ornaments. Don't leave them on the floor, they're gonna get stepped on. And last but not least, we gotta put some presents under the tree. After we add these, we'll do a little tour slideshow of what it looks like. And I'm gonna be realistic and only use like 3 different kinds of wrapping paper. Who has more than 3 kinds of wrapping paper? I only have 1. Let's take a quick tour and see how the house turned out. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe to my channel if you want to see more speed builds and Sims Let's Plays in the future. A big shout out and thank you to all the custom content creators whose work I used in my video. If you see any items and you want to know where I got them, feel free to leave a comment and I'm happy to track it down and let you know where I downloaded it from. I hope you enjoyed my speed build and wishing you a safe and happy holidays.